fixing the world while the rest of us sleep. Your heart set on giving, no matter the strain. Building your legacy through love and brain. Julie knows that fire in your soul.
We have literal self-proclaimed.
Every day's a quest, not all his stars.
Retired, you say, with a wink and a grin. But the podcast is rolling, pulling us in. Your compass is love, with your kids as your guide. Starting seas wide, with vision and pride.
Just getting started, just getting set up. All right. Yeah. Love that song. My favorite song. Favorite. Good evening, everyone. How are we doing today? Welcome to Ant World. How you doing? Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk. Let's get the ball rolling. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Yes, I did say 1% per week, and I know 1% a week is over 50% a year. Nobody gets 50%. What? There's hardly anybody here. We're just getting the ball rolling. Well, that being said, Andy wants to take a look at energy transfer. You like that one, Andy? Here it comes again. You ready? All right, energy transfer. I don't know why you want to look at it, but okay. All right, Andy. Energy transfer, ET. You ready, Andy? No. Energy transfer is a no. Now, the reason energy transfer is a no for me, hey, if you like it, you buy it. I'm just saying no, but there's a reason why I'm saying no. Seriously, you ready? Now, I do something that is pretty simple. I buy a good quality company that's consistently profitable. I buy it whatever the market price is, as long as the stock is moving up. Because stocks do two things. They go up and then they go down. Well, fine. After it comes down, finds the bottom, turns around, goes back up, that's where I jump in. But here's the thing. I want to make sure that I'm getting paid consistently every single week. But here's the problem with energy transfer. When. It's not an if, it's always when. Stocks do two things. They go up, they go down. When they go down, you're going to collect one of two things. One, you're going to keep collecting the dividend. And two, keep collecting a premium, selling a little bit lower. But the problem I have with energy transfer, 1 penny, 0, 0, 0. I don't like zeros. The numbers just aren't working. It may be a great company. It may be great to jump in and take advantage of that. But if and when the stock goes the opposite direction, because they always do, they go up and then they go back down again. Well, as it's going back down, look what I'm collecting. 1 penny, 0, 0. I just don't do energy transfer. There's a bunch of companies do the same thing. The numbers don't work. Rule 5. The numbers don't work. No. That's it. No. Sorry, dude, but thanks for input. Logan, do you math debate your pool C? Logan, disturbing, but okay. I see where you're coming from, Logan, and I'm not going to entertain that crap. But, welcome. Delco, nice to see you, Delco. All right, who do we have over here? Over here, over here. Who do we have? Who do we have over here? We got Lightning T80. All right. We got Boba. Feasible Chaos. Mr. Green. Fan Exum. Cash Paulo. Que pasa, Paulo? Mr. Green. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well too. Thank you. What's up, James? All right. Good for you. Uh-oh. The one, the only 699 XLE. What the hell is XLE? XLE. XLE is, it's one of the spiders. Okay. Well, here's the thing. It's actually dropping. I look for simplicity. I try to keep things as simple as possible. Anytime I look at the chart, I'm looking for 5 things. Okay. I can see all 5 things within 2 to 3 seconds. So I take a look at a 1-year chart. Always the 1-year chart first. I want to know where's the high, where's the low of the year as compared to where it is today. All right, well, let's take a look. The high of the year, 64. The low of the year, 42. Where was it a year ago? 43. Where is it now? 57. Then I want to trace where the money is flowing. Sideways, up, down, up, down. It's coming down at the moment, so no. We'll even zoom into the last 30 days, give you a better idea of what's happening. Now, the last 30 days, it sticks out like a sore thumb. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Up, down. Plain as day. Now, I invest for 5 days at a time. I like to jump in on Monday, and I like to be out on a Friday. 5 days. So this makes no sense to me at all for this week. Now, maybe in 2 weeks, as she drops back down, then turn around. Maybe in 2 weeks, but not this week. Sorry. Sorry. Passion, Daywood, what's happening? Bedtime Batalio. Okay, Bedtime Batalio. All right. Timothy Bowers. SWK. Isn't that Stanley Black & Decker? SWK. I'm pretty sure it is. SWK. Is that? Stanley Black & Decker. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Stanley Black & Decker, but August, September, October, January, those are months of the year, and I just don't do monthly options. Okay, a monthly options, I can trade it once a month. Well, if I'm looking for weekly cash flow, a monthly option just won't do it because you trade it once a month. It just doesn't work. Ginkalo Yang, okay. Michael Hallman, good evening. DW79, all right. Zwelly, what's happening? Zwelly Madala, all right. Len, Cam wants to take a look at Lenar, Len. Ooh, interesting. Check it out. Really not that difficult to see. It's simple. Okay, here's the top of the year. Here's the bottom of the year. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, sideways. And look at what we're doing right here. 87.65. Well, that's screaming, buy me at 88. The 88s are going for 110. This is where we say, yay, that works for me. Let's zoom in a little closer, look at the last 30 days, see if it still makes sense. Well, it kind of does. Look at it. 30 days ago, we're at 89. We dropped down to 80. Now we shoot back up. Well, that's going up. Can we get one more week out of it? 3 days to be exact, because we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days left. Can we make 1% for 3 days? Well, let's find out. 87.99, the 88's going for 110. That's definitely going up. All it has to do is stay where it is for 3 days. But here's the thing. Never, rule 1, never buy anything you do not want to hold on to long term. So if you don't really like Lennar, well, hell no then. It's just actually that simple. Covered call, there we go, the 88. There it is, one contract. Let's see what it looks like. Let's hear what it sounds like and see if it makes sense. One covered call, Lennar, Len, 31 July 26. That's this Friday. It's only 3 days away. 3 days. The 88 call option. Well, the stock is at 87.99. Look, right there, 87.99 is the current price. Well, 88 is just makes sense. If you're going to buy for 87.99, the 88 makes sense. All right, so 172 is the profit, 8,600 is my profit. Doesn't tell me very much, but what is my rate of return? For that, well, now that's interesting. Let's find out what this damn thing is. There it is. Slide over there. There we go. Bring that back up. Now let's do a little bit of math. Are you ready? First thing I want to do is I want to take the profit, max profit, 172. I want to stick it into the calculator. I want to figure out what is my rate of return for 3 days. Okay, take the profit, 172. I divide it by my investment. Well, on this particular trade, my investment is cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 8,600. Okay, so what's my rate of return? 8,600, $28. $8,628 for one contract. 2%. Now think about that for a second. I'm teaching you, or I'm showing you what I do in order to create 1% every single week, consistently. Oh, I forgot to start this, damn it. There it goes. That's under control. Hold on a second, I got one thing to do here. Uh-oh, come on. There it is. And start recording. And she's recording. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Back to where we were. There we go. There we go. And there we go. All right. All right, we're right there. All right, sit right there. Okay, so that being said, I just want to record it because I got that AI listening to see what's going on. Mikey! What's happening, Mikey? Nice to see you. Visibility restricted. Why do they do this to me? Once a week. All right, I'm going to reboot over here. You guys got to jump back in again because they want me to reboot. Blah, 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 blah. Let's do this. Let's reboot. And now the end is near. And so I face. Holy cow.
She's all you'd ever want. She's the kind I'd like to flaunt and take to dinner.
Yeah. That's inappropriate and a half.
Booty on her. She got some booty on her.
I know.
Booty on her.
What the hell? Home.
Communists who are winning elections and
Insufficient
who are claiming to be the
storage.
new leadership of the Democrat Party. I think the vast
Okay.
majority of Americans understand the dangers of communism. Just look at countries.
That's not working.
Just look at. We have literal self-proclaimed.
Okay. What the hell am I doing here? All right. I got to fix this camera.
self-proclaimed
Sit tight.
communists, who are winning elections and who are claiming to be the new leadership.
It's not what I wanted to do.
Of the Democrat Party. I think the vast majority of Americans
No,
understand
don't,
the dangers of communism. Just look at countries all over this world. As an example, Cuba right now is a country that is about to be a failed state because of the communist
we go.
policies of the past several decades. Communism should never be allowed.
Oh, so go to storage, release some space. What the hell? What the hell? Give me a second. This is going to take a little bit. Cancel. Should have done this before. This is not a good thing. Photos. There we go. Shit. Photos. Manage. All right, manage this. Okay. Wow. Well, now that kind of makes sense. Well, let's do this. Delete. 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 That should give me enough space. All right, that should do it. Let's see if that does it.
You gotta have toes like a piano player to run this.
That works. Go live, and there we go. All right, took me long enough to get it, but you know, it's not one of my things. All right. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do this. And there we go. All right. Sorry about that. So we're going to save this one here. 2% for Lennar. This is the first one of the evening. We look for 5 every night. There's number 1. Lennar. And there we go. Clean that up. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back to there. Let's go back to here. And let's see what's going on here. L-E-N, Lennar. And here we go. Lennar. Whoops. Right. There we go. 1 covered call Lennar, L-E-N. 31 July 26. That's this coming Friday, 3 days away. The 88 call option, the stock is currently at 87.99. So why not sell it at 88? Okay. Here's my profit, 172. My investment's 8,600 for a 2% return for 3 days if and only if you actually like Lennar. And we did say 2% for Lennar, if you like Lennar. Remember, anytime you buy anything, it actually has to make sense, and you actually have to like the company enough to want to own it long term. Now, you got to figure out what long term means to you, because to me, long term means 30 days. I'm 62. I'm not delusional thinking that, I got a long way to go. I don't. I got 20 years if I'm lucky, maybe 25. So whatever I do has to make sense. Let's keep doing this. Okay. J.V. Castro. Interesting name, dude. J.V. Castro wants to take a look at AT&T. Okay. AT&T. Nope. Wasn't that quick? Did you see how quick that was? The reason I'm saying no is look at this right here. If you want to go for the whole thing, we can. Where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? And where's the flow? Up, down, up, down, up. Well, you'd think that would keep going, but look at here. 20 to 25. It doesn't sound like much, especially looking at the chart. But take a look here, the 30 days. 30-day bottom, 30-day top. That is a 25% increase. From $20 to $25 is a 25% increase. There's going to be profit taking. Now, I'm not telling you, it's just Sounds logical if you think about it. 3 weeks ago, you bought it at 20 bucks. Now it's at 25 bucks. No matter how you count it, it's still a 25% increase in 3 weeks. So, take the profit, don't take the profit. But don't kid yourself. There's somebody out there saying, whoa, 25%, hell yeah, I'm jumping out. Because that's what happens. Stocks go up, people take profits, and the stocks can come back down again. No to AT&T for this week. I don't buy at the high. It just doesn't make sense. Wormwood, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. That's going to be a no. Same thing. You look at the chart. You should see 5 things within 2 to 3 seconds. 5. You ready? 2 to 3 seconds. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Where is the money flowing? Okay? Sideways, up, down. Clear to see. No need to spend any more time on it. Okay? 5 to 10 minutes a day. That's all I do. 5 to 10 minutes a day. How much money do I get to play with? What stocks do I have? Does it make sense to hold on to these? Uh-oh. Brader the Trader. I'm sitting with $20,000 cash. Can't find anything I like. What do you do with your cash buying power if you don't find anything for the week? I seriously doubt you're looking hard enough. Because every night I find 5 good quality companies to jump into. Not saying you're going to like each one of them. Just which companies do you like? What is the charts telling you? And is it something that makes sense for you? It's just plain and simple. What companies do you like? Which ones do you like? Gary, how you doing? Seal a Day, how you doing? Nice to see you. Mikey. All right. Dvorky wants to take a look at TSLL. Interesting. Gonna be a no, but there's always a but. But look what's happening right there. We're looking for the new bottom. So let's just bypass everything else, zoom in. What happened today? Another 30-day bottom. So yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on it because I do have some of these, and I want to know where's the bottom going to be so that she turns around and goes back up again. Okay, well, we'll just have to wait and watch. Wait and watch. That's about all we can do. I hoard money. Okay. D. Lee, what's going on? Craig, nice to see you. Tyler, Knuckles, Ryan, Annabelle, nice to see you. Bear, Mike Schwab. How you doing, Mike? Brader, not the trader. Swing trader cash account for weeks. Not quite sure what that means, but okay. Now, see, if you're just sitting there with the money just sitting there, you can always take it and move it to a money market account, depending on where you have it. Charles Schwab allows me to take the money I'm not using to put it over there. Curious to hear your input about UiPath. Okay, PMAR, you got to give me the ticker symbol because that does not look like a ticker symbol. Charles, undas. Undas for me and undas for you. Charles, let's take a look at it. Undas. O-N-D-A-S. O-N-D-A-S. Undas. O-N-D-S. There's no A there, dude. All right? All right, there it is right there. What do you think? The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Not quite what I'm looking for. Let's zoom in and see what it looks like. Your last 30 days. 30-day top, 30-day bottom. Here's your jump right there. But now she's coming back down again. Not this week. Sorry, Charles. Jimmy G, what's going on? Maverick. Nice, Maverick. Calair. Ginger Green. Nice to see you, Miss Ginger Green. Matthew. Papali. None 232. None 232. Prosper now. Okay. All right, so Ondas. Liberty Mortgage First. Good evening. TikTok. What is a qualified dividend? No, I didn't say qualified dividend. I said qualified dividend stock. company. In my humble opinion, a qualified dividend stock company is any company that has increased their profits for more than 2 decades. That means more money, more money, more money, more money, more money. It's either a dividend king, a dividend aristocrat, dividend champion, or dividend contender. Born to do it. James, look at war-related stocks. Ammunitions order, I heard. Orders up, I heard. Okay, you got to give me a ticker symbol, dude, because I really don't have a list of military stock companies. Okay, there's probably one somewhere. Let me know what you got. I'll take a look at it. Thanks. You're welcome, Lena. Nice to see you. Mike Mattern, do companies decide if their option trade monthly or weekly? Absolutely. Sweet Dan, my son bought a Lennar home. Cool. Which one we looking at? Samurai Kenny, how you doing? Thank you there, little me. That was nice. Lovely morning. Gamer, Austin Bridges. ¿Cómo está? ¿Está bien? ¿Y tú? Intel, there we go. Jinx wants to take a look at Intel. INTC, Intel. No. Again, no. Keeps on moving the wrong direction. Samuel, Roy Stone, Slade, Charlie Brown, Darby. Look at this right here. Here's the top, and she's dropping. Drop, drop, droppity, drop. Where's it going to end? We just don't know. Jake, Neto, what's going on? Jan, Rachel Jackson, nice to see you. So no to Intel, but Cajun wants to take a look at Kohl's. KSS. Kohl's is one of my favorites. But unfortunately, I'm not going to chase it. Look at here. She's at 16. She jumped to 19. So the top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look, it's up, down, up, down, up. How much higher is it going to go? You got to stop at some point. Dvorky, Kimberly Clark. Nice. So take a look. Here's Kohl's. Previous 30-day high, 30-day bottom, $15. Then she jumps up to $19.50. That's a $4 increase on a $16 stock. That's 25%. Again, from here to there, 25%. It's not something I want to jump into. It's where I want to take profits and jump out. I watch it every week. So 2 weeks ago, so 2 weeks ago would have been the time to jump in. See, here's your bottom. 2 days up, third day would be right there, and you have all that run. That's what I like. Okay. Mike, nice to see you. Nicole, Boyd, Tim, Joe Long, Kyle, Clarksville, James, hello, hello. Dvorky wants to take a look at Kimberly Clark. KMB for you, KMB for me. Take a look at the last couple of days. Ow. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. She's shooting up, one gap up, two gaps up, and then she's coming back down. She went from 106 to 115, $9. Not quite 9%, but close to it. Your bottom shoots up. Now she's coming back down again. No. Sorry, Dvorky. John, great 007. Nick, wind it up. Zan, Craig, Sweet Opa, Bowen. All right. Uh-oh. Look what we got. Born to do it. All right. Born to do it wants to take a look at RTX. Raytheon, RTX. Hell no. That's it. That's what you get. You get a shrug and a wink. What? Think about it. Why would I buy at the high of the year? That doesn't make any sense. Where's my buying opportunity? Lockheed Martin, LMT. Again, no, I don't buy at the high. Look at that big, huge jump. NOC. Monthly. No, thank you. I don't do monthlies. They just don't work in my favor. Uh-oh. Zunilda wants to take a look at him. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. We'll come back to you guys in a second. Kinder Morgan. Ooh, we'll take a look at that one too. Hold on. We are Adrian. Okay, Adrian. What else do we have here? General Dynamics, GD. Hell no. Why? What would be the point buying it at the high? Boeing. We did Boeing yesterday, didn't we? Yeah, we did Boeing yesterday. In fact, I jumped into Boeing a couple of days ago. Look at that. See, I jumped in right here. Now she's going up. Well, that makes sense. But do I stay in it even longer? So let's take a gander. Before we keep on going, check this out. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Down, up, down, up, down. Now we're going up right there. That's a buying opportunity. So let's check out the last 30 days. Here you go, last 30 days. 237, profit taking right there. 205, now she's going up. So the 221s, well, that's more than 1%. Let's do this one. Sit tight. This one might actually work. Boeing. Now, I did buy Boeing on Monday, which is 2 days ago. Covered call. Boeing. 222 right there. And here we go. You ready? One covered call, BA, which is Boeing. 31 July 26. That's this Friday, 3 days away. The 222.50s. It's at 221.75, so that's pretty close. 412's the profit, 21,838 is my investment. Now remember, I'm not, depending on how you want to look at things. Now you might look at it as I'm buying and selling stocks and options. That's not the way I'm looking at it. The way I'm looking at it is I'm creating weekly cash producing assets. So I take a little chunk of my money, I put it into an asset. Well, 2, 3, 5, 600 shares of whatever company, and then that company pays me every single week using a covered call placed strategically. Sounds confusing, but if I'm buying it at 222, I'm going to sell it at 222. That's strategic. That's it. If I'm buying it this price, I'm selling it at that price, I'm making this week. Well, what am I going to make next week if I still own it? Now, if it gets taken away from me, fine. I get all my money back and I get a profit. What's my profit? Well, let's find out. We need to calculate for that. I also need my glasses. This getting old stuff is less than desirable. I'm going to divide it by my investment. See, now, when I say I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% a week, the predictable part comes in with the trading strategy which I pick. It's called a covered call or a buy right. You can look on Google, you can look on YouTube, you can look at any search engine and find out what is the covered call. How safe is the covered call? Now, the covered call is so safe that the federal government allows you to do it in your IRA, your retirement account. There's a lot of trading strategies you cannot do in your retirement account. But this one you can because the federal government has said, hey, it's very safe. Buy the stock, sell the option, create cash flow. Well, 412. Okay, everything I need to know is right here. This is the order right there. Tells me what I'm doing before I do it. Tells me my order description. That's that right there. The break even. This is what the break even is. The maximum profit, 412. Maximum loss, that's there. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. It even tells me my buying power effect if I was going to use margin. Now, that's just what it could be until I hit this button right here. Once I hit this button right there, send, that goes to the market maker and the market maker fills the order. It's that easy. I take a look at the charts first, I take a look at the numbers first, and then I look at the deal. I look at the order. I look at the equation. Am I making money or am I not? Well, my max profit, 412. Cost of trade, including commissions and fees, that's the money I got to put up, 21,838. But what is my rate of return? Now, the rate of return that I'm looking for here in this situation, 3 days. I want to jump in first thing tomorrow morning and I want to be out on Friday. Great. What does that number look like? Well, 412's a profit. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, We divide that by 21.8. Divide 21.838, and that gives me a grand total of 1.8% for 3 days. 1.8% for 3 days. If and only if you actually like Boeing. And it's always going to come back to that very last question. Do I like this company enough to put my own money into it? Who do we have here? Sarah. Nice to see you, Miss Sarah. You're new here. Thank you for joining. All right, so 1.8. Yeah, I'm going to save this one. This is number 2 for the night. We need 3 more. Come on, you guys. Dig, dig, dig. What do you got? What do you got? Boeing. All right. Next on the list, what do we got? Let's clean up the computer first. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get back to there. Go back to here. And what do we have here? Boeing. B. A. Boeing. Oh, yeah. Look at that. One covered call, Boeing, BA, 31 July 26. That's coming up this Friday, 3 days away. The 222.50 call option, 412's the profit, 23,000 is the investment for a 1.8% for 3 days. Hey, I just bought 10 shares of MU at 800. I'm wondering if I made the right move. Josh, I can't tell you whether you made the right move or not because I don't know anything about you. I want to be totally honest with you, Josh. Okay, in order for me to tell you whether or not you made a good decision, you and I would have to have a nice long conversation. And then I would have to have some kind of clue of what it is you're looking for, what your risk factors are, how old you are, how much time and effort you want to put in. So for me to say whether or not you made a good decision or not, I can't do that because I don't know anything about you. But I do appreciate, you asking questions. So 1.8, let's save this one. $1.8. Next. What do we got? Ooh, I forgot to move it. Oh well. Next. We are Adrian. Kinder Morgan, KMI. What does Kinder Morgan look like this week? KMI, Kinder Morgan. No. That was quick. Did you notice it wasn't even 2 seconds? Well, because I saw that right there. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Sideways, up, down, right there. Down. No. Just give it some time. If you like Kinder Morgan, wait for her to find a new bottom. Look at this. Okay, 30 days ago, she drops, slides up, there's your new top, and there's your new bottom right there. So wait for it to go back up again. If you like it. Zunilita. Did I say that right? Zunilita? I don't know. HIMS, HIMS. Now, we had HIMS a while ago. We did. Right here. HIMS. Did very nicely. But look what happened. Same thing. Always, for me anyway. For me, it's always the same thing. Same 5 things. Where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it? Where is it? Where is it going? Okay, right there. So look, here's the bottom. Shoots up. Now she's coming back down again. So that right there, not this week. Sorry, dude. Sorry, Zulita. Okay, Brett, Willie. All right, Tucker Charles, nice to see you. Check out TH. What the hell is TH? No. Okay, Tucker Charles. August, September, October, January, December. Those are months of the year. I'm looking for weekly cash flow. You cannot do weekly cash flow with something that trades once a month. No, no. Tucker Charles, another one, ELA. What the hell is that? ELA. No, again, same thing. I don't do monthlies. Sorry, dude. No, no. Anik, how unprecedented was the silver spike last year? Not something I actually looked at. So you got to look at it this way, Anik. Okay? I only pay attention to what's important to me. I don't do gold, I don't look at it. I don't do silver, I don't look at it. I don't do commodities, I don't look at them. I don't do cryptocurrency, don't even bother looking at them. I don't do, what's that other one? Forex. I don't do Forex. There's a lot of things I just don't do, so I have no idea what's going on with them. So I couldn't tell you what's going on with silver. Kenny wants to take a look at ARM. What the hell is ARM? ARM Holdings. Okay. Kenny, sorry, dude. Plain to see. Here's your top of the year. Now she's dropping like a rock. Okay? Wait for the bottom to show up, then jump in. Very rare IREN. I've been getting a lot of IREN lately. I don't know why. Same thing. Here's the top, and she's dropping too. Not this week. Now, I do this every night. So just because it's not this week, it might be next week. Uh-oh. Mohik wants to look at the QQQMs. Hell no, dude. QQQM is not profitable. And it's dropping like a rock, and it's a monthly. If it's a monthly, I can't get weekly cash flow from it. So no. Uber, Schwen, come on, Schwen. You know Uber's not old enough. Hasn't even been around long enough. But look at this bump right there. That's cool. The high of the year, the bottom of the year. Now she's turning around going up. Looks good. So let's take a gander at it. Your last 30 days. Okay, 30-day high, 30-day bottom was yesterday. Today is just 1 day up. Now, Schwen, 1 day up is nice, but I want 3 days. 2 days up, 1. Tomorrow might be 2. Thursday would be 3. That's the earliest I would get into it. But if it looks good to you, okay. Gregory, Bank of America, how you determine the bottom? Kenny, I seriously can't believe you asked that question. How do you determine the bottom? It's right there, Kenny. Seriously, it's that easy. The top right there, the bottom right there. Now, whether it's time to jump in or not, well, you only have 1 day up from the bottom. The bottom was yesterday. It's right there. It sticks out like a sore thumb. Today, 1 day up. 1 day up. Bottom, 1 day up. I want at least 2 days up. On the third day, I will jump in. Okay, today we only have 1 day. Okay, Gregory, Bank of America, BAC. You'd think it would be BOA, but no, it's BAC. Hell no. Wasn't that quick? I don't buy at the high. Plain and simple. Quick, right to the point. JP Morgan. Hell no. Come on, weren't you just listening? Okay? I got 5 simple rules. And rule number 1 is pretty damn easy. Okay? Rule number 1 is never buy anything you don't understand. Think about that for a second. Never buy anything you don't understand. So, hey, I understand Bank of America. I understand Morgan Chase. Well, apparently you don't, because if you were paying attention, this is at the high of the year. And what is the play here? Seriously, it's a serious question. You want to buy it at the high. Explain to me why you want to buy it at the high. It's the high for the year. It's never been this high this year. What's the purpose? What's the play? You buy it, great. It's at the high of the year. Well, now you have to wait for it to go higher to a place it's never been before. Okay, it's never been to 360. If it was worth 360, it would be above 360. I don't buy at the high, it just doesn't make sense. F cell, 1, 2, 3, 4, F, C, E, L. I have no idea what the hell that is. Okay. All right. Interesting. I have no idea what it is, but take a look. The high of the year, the low of the year, where it was, where it is. Look at this. Up, sideways, up, down, up, down. It's coming down now, so not this week. Sorry. Tucker Charles, DOCN. What the hell is that? DOCN. The high of the year, now she's dropping. If you like it, wait for the bottom to show up. It's not here today. It's dropping, dropping, dropping. Look, 30-day high, 30-day bottom, back up, coming back down again. I want to find the bottom to turn around and go up. Not this week. All right, we already did Kinder Morgan. Monkey King, Little Meats. Little Meats, okay, that's a disturbing name. Little Meats wants to take a look at Nike. Ooh, Nike, take a look at this. This is what I'm looking for. The high of the year, the bottom of the year. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up. Well, that's easy to see. It's going right there off the bottom. Let's zoom in so you can see it even closer. Okay, here's your last 30 days. 30-day bottom, shoots up, back down. Here's your 3 days. Friday, Monday, Tuesday. 1, 2, 3. There it is right there. As a matter of fact, I think we jumped into Nike yesterday. Nike was yesterday, Little Meats. Sneaky, sneaky, snuck that one in. Well, let's take a look at the 43, because that's where it is right now. Does it still make sense? Well, if I'm going to hold it to Friday, it's only 3 days away. So if I'm going to buy it at 43.05, the 43s are going for 61. That's over 1.5%. If you like Nike. Kenny Jr., is that a weekly chart? No, Kenny, I said it's a 1-year chart. 1 year, 365 days. Then we jump on the 90-day, the last 3 months. And then we look at the 30-day and then see, is it moving the direction we want it to go? So, back to Nike. So let's do Nike because it just looks good. The 43, there it is right there. This is what it should sound like. Are you ready? One covered call, Nike, NKE. 31 July, that's this coming Friday, 3 days away. The 43 call option. Look at this, it's at 43 right now. So if I buy it at 43 and I sell it at 43, I make $65 per contract. Each contract is going to cost me $4,200. So what's my rate of return for 3 days? Remember, it's only 3 days. Calculator. 65 is the profit. Hold up. Max profit, 65. Okay? We divide that by cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 42.35. 42.35, grand total of 1.5%. If you like Nike. Remember, never buy anything that doesn't make any sense. What the hell is this? Keep saying appeal, appeal, appeal. Appeal not approved. So apparently they think I've been saying something, which is the same thing I've been saying for the last 3 years. I have no idea why they keep, whatever, big deal. Okay, so 1.5%. Yeah, we're going to save this one. This is number 3 for the night, which means we get 2 more to go. There we go. Let's clean up the computer and see what we have coming next. Get out of that. Get out of that. Get out of that. Get out of that and go to this. Get out of that. There we go. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, all right, all right. What do we have next? We have Nike. Yeah. Nike. Here we go. One covered call. Nike. 31 July 26. That's this Friday, 3 days away. The 43 call option. The stock is currently at 43. So if I buy it tomorrow morning at 43, sell it with the covered call at 43, you'd be thinking, what's the point? The point is, I'm making a premium of $65 per contract, putting up $4,200. Well, guess what? I'm getting that $4,200 back, and I still get to keep that. And that, my friends, is 1.5% for 3 days. It doesn't sound like a lot, and you're right, it's not a lot. But here's the thing. It's still 1.5%. $1.5 and N-K-E, Nike. Is that number 1, 2, 3? All right, that's 3. So we need 2 more. 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Got. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Jim! How's it going there, Mr. Jim? Mr. Jim wants to take a look at Pfizer. Okay, Brader the Trader will take a look at those other ones in a minute. Pfizer, PFE. Poof. Poof. PFE. Poof. Interesting. Take a look. Jim, take a look. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look, it's up, down, up. That's definitely easy to see. Look. Okay, 25, 25. The 25 is going for 35. The 25, 50. This is where we say nope, because the numbers don't work. But what if we looked at next week? Well, next week is 10 days away. Well, let's see what that looks like. For next week, the 25, the 25, the 65, take 25 off of that. 50, that's 2%. Yeah, if we do the 25 for next week, that's 2%. Let's do that one. If you like Pfizer. How's that, Jim? If you like Pfizer. Let's take a look. Last 30 days. Okay, covered call, there it is. Simple, safe to 25, there it is. One contract, there we go. Here we have it. You ready? One covered call, Pfizer PFE, 7 August. That's next Friday, 10 days away. So if it's 10 days away, I'm going to want at least 2%. Okay. 25 call option. The stock currently at 25.24. What am I walking away with? 43, 2,400. What do those numbers look like? If my profit's 43, okay, profit, okay, max profit, 43. What's my investment? Well, my investment is cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 2,400. Okay, divide 2,400, 57. That's not right. Try that one more time. 43 divided by 2457 comes to 1.75. All right, well, now that's an interesting question. It's not 2%. It's not 1%. It's 1.75%, or 1 3/4. Okay, 1 3/4 for a week and a half. Okay, 1 3/4 for a week and a half. Let's clean up the computer. We need one more. One more time. if we try. One more. Okay, here we go. P F E Pfizer. Stretch. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. One covered call PFE. 7 August. That's next Friday. It's 10 days away. The 25 call option. Well, we're at 25.23 at the moment. So I would be buying it, selling it for less than what I paid for it, walking away with 1.75% for a week and a half. So that's that one we would question. Does this make sense? 43, there we go, 1.75%. $1.75. That's 1.75. Okay, one more to go. That's it. One more. One more time. Holy cow, it's only 9 o'clock and we already have almost everything we're looking for. Let's sit down and take some questions. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? No name. If you are already in Boeing on Monday, will you again enter Boeing on Wednesday? Oh, me, no. I mean, I already have it, so I don't need it. Doesn't make any sense for me to buy it again. How are you doing? What's your opinion on TTMI? TJ Pumpkin Thinking. Pump Thinking. All right, you want me to take a look at TTMI? TTMI, too much information. Too much information. TTMI. Too much information. All right, Tumpkin King. Okay, TJ Tumpkin King. TTMI is going to be a no because he has monthly options and I don't do monthly options. Sorry. Schwen, if stock you're holding drops before expiration, what's your pivot exit plan? I don't have a pivot exit plan. Schwen, when I say never buy anything you do not want to hold long term, that means you buy it and you never intend on selling it. That's what buying and holding means. Never buy anything you do not want to hold on to long term. Joseph the Trader XUA, that's Forex. Yeah, no, this is not Forex, dude. Sorry. All right. Hopefully that made sense. If the stock drops, what's my exit plan? I don't have an exit plan. That's why I only like companies that increase their profits, which basically means if I buy something, it's going to have increasing dividends. Even if the stock goes down, the dividend or the profit should increase. Well, that's what a dividend king, dividend aristocrat, dividend champion, dividend contender is. A company that's consistently profitable regardless of what the stock price does. Okay, stock prices go up and down, but are the profits increasing or decreasing? And you got to remember, the stock market is totally separate than the company because the company is its own entity. The stock market is just the ownership of the company. You just own a small portion of it. Just because the stock goes down, the CEO doesn't call up everybody and say, hey, our stock is down. You need to take some time off or you need to put some extra time in so we can get the profits back up. It doesn't work that way. You go to work, you put your 40 hours in. You don't care what's happening in the business. Schwen, so on Pfizer, if a call expires worthless, the stock drops 10%. Do you write a call at a lower price? Absolutely. But here's the thing. Let's pull it up. Pfizer. PFE. All right, so let's take a look at Pfizer for a second. and explain to you something that a lot of people don't really quite understand. All right, so if I buy the stock 25.25, we have 3 opportunities to make money. Okay, ITM is called in the money. In the money. So right now we're at 25. In the money would be 25, 24, 23. That's in the money because it's already there. Okay, 25.50 would be OTM. That's out of the money. Okay, then we have ATM. ATM. At the money. So wherever the stock is, at this moment, it's 25.25. So at the money is going to be this little line right there that separates the purple from the black. In the money, out of the money, at the money. So as the stock goes up and down, the at the money stays where the stock price is. So if it drops to 20, at the money will be 20. Okay, if it drops down to 10, the stock, at the money would be 10. Then you have in the money, you have out of the money. So as the stock drops, I can still sell out of the money call options. Because out of the money also means out of risk too, unless the stock turns around and jumps up quickly. But that's why we look at it every single day, to make sure what we're doing makes sense. All right, so with Pfizer, at the money is 36. Well, 36 on a $25 stock is 1.5%. Okay? Two strikes out, the 26 is paying 23%. Sorry, 23 cents, which is just under 1%. Still money coming in. 3 strikes out of the money is 26.50. Well, now I'm getting 0.5%. Well, 0.5% every week is still 26% by the end of the year. 5 strikes out of the money, we're looking at 27, and that's paying 5 cents. Well, that's 0.25%. And 0.25% is still 13% by the end of the year. So no matter what happens to the stock, as the price goes up and down, at the money will go up and down. I like 3 to 4 strikes out of the money if the stock drops. So if I buy it at 25 and it drops down to 20, well, now I'm looking at the 23s, the 24s, 25, which would be 3 or 4 strikes out of the money, safer trade. I'm bringing in less money, but I'm still bringing in money. My idea is to consistently have money coming in week after week after week. Jam invites you to co-host. I have no idea who she is. Okay, so I'm always looking to bring in something. So as the stocks drop, I drop my strike price, but I keep my strike price far enough away from where the action is, which is at the money. Solid plan, makes sense? I can sleep well tonight. So I'm glad that makes sense. What else do we have? La 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 la. NVOO Ford. We'll take a look at Ford. SoFi. All right, here we are, right here. Little Meats, thank you for that. Terrence Bennett, what's going on? We did look at Nike. All right, Beckett. Beckett wants to take a look at NVO. NVO. Now, I had NVO last year, and it took quite a while to get rid of that damn thing. Okay, but here we are. NVO, 50.96. It's definitely going up. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Look at the motion all over the place. What's going on right there? 50.91. The 51s are going for 198. That's almost 4%. Wait a minute. That's next week. We don't want next week. We want this week. Let's get rid of the 7 and go back to the 31. There's the 31 right there. All right, so 50.91. I'll look at the 51. Is paying 86, which is close to 2%, but not quite. But here's the thing. I'm not going to do with this one, and the reason why. Okay, you want to see the reason why? Beckett, the current price, 50.96. That's the last trade for today. Look what the market maker's doing after hours. 50.75, that's lower. 50.91, that's lower. So the market maker is going to push this baby down. So although it looks good here, okay, down, up, that definitely looks like it's going up. But after hours, the market maker has it going down. So I'm going to pass on this one. We still need a good one. Sorry, Beckett, it looked good. Look at that. That looks great. And it looks like we have some more space. But market maker is saying no. Rule number 5, make sure all the numbers are working in your favor. Cajun, you're in Coles at 12. Coles at 12? All right, dude. Cajun, I don't know how to tell you this, but it's not a profit until you take it. Then take a look at the numbers. Here's where we are right now, 1909. Now the market maker after hours has 1845 to 1925. So we don't know which way he's going. One side's going down, one side's going up. So here we are. Do you like it? Do you think it could still go up? Look at the numbers. We were at 15, now we're at 19. That's $4. $4 on a $15 stock is over 25%. Think about it, Cajun. 3 weeks, it jumped up 25%. Take the profit, don't take the profit. It's your choice. I can't tell you what to do. But remember, it's not a profit until you take it. Okay? Solid plan makes sense. Got it. Good. Got it. What website is on the screen? Schwen, that's not a website. That's a trading platform. It's called Think or Swim. It's still hot in here. Some strange reason. Some days I'm hot, some days I'm cold. You'd think I'm in menopause or something like that. Or could it be sympathy pains? All right. CB. What the hell is CB? Oh, that's Chubb. Chubb Corporation. They used to be a dividend king. Hell no. Here's the thing. CB, Chubb Corporation, used to be a dividend king. 5 decades of increased profits. And then for some strange reason, the CEO decided to cut the dividends. And then they got booted off the dividend kings list. Okay. No, I don't buy at the high, number 1. And I don't do monthly options. You cannot get weekly cash flow from something that trades on a monthly basis, once a month. No, doesn't work. SoFi, really? SoFi is not on my list, but it's on your list? Okay, fine. What's going on there? New bottom? No, thank you. Wasn't that easy? Wasn't that easy, Pumpkin? Here you go. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Today. No, thank you. Service now. Z, what's going on? NOW. Ooh, check that out right there. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up. 110.62. The 110s are going for 335. Yo, hell yeah. That's 3% right there. And all's it had. Whoa. Time out. Look at the market makers doing. The last trade, 110.62. After hours, 109.80, 109.99. Market maker is pushing it down after hours. We'll look at the run-up we had. Okay, 30-day high, 114, 30-day bottom, 83. Went from 83, that's not right. That's 90. All right, that's 92. 92 to 112 is $20. Count it yourself. The bottom, 92 to 102, that's $10. That's 10%. To 112 is 20%. It just jumped up 20% in 4 days. Think about it. 20% in 4 days. Yeah, they're taking profits, dude. Okay, market maker already right there. 109.98. Okay, he's already dropping it. No, thank you. I don't want to get sucked into that one. Logic Deposit, Ford. Didn't we look at Ford earlier? Not today, but yesterday. Ford. Oh, another one. All right. Logic Deposit. Check this out. High of the year. Profit taking. Now she's going up. She went from 13 to 15. Okay, let's zoom in. See if that makes sense. Here's your last 30 days. Bottom, up. What does that look like to you? 1320 to 15. Looks like profit taking's getting ready. No. Sorry. Okay, Braid of the Trader, MDT, Medtronics. MDT. No. It gapped up today. Take a look. Gapped up today. Top, bottom, is up, down, up. I don't buy anything at the high. Once you zoom into the last 90 days, look at that. The bottom, top. I don't buy at the high. It just doesn't make any sense. For me, anyway. You want to do it, you do it. AFL, Aflac. Aflac. AFL, Aflac. Hell no. I don't buy at the high. Last one on. CTAS, CTAS. No again. Again, I don't buy at the high. No. Just doesn't make sense. For me, anyway. James. So your thesis is, let me check out what he thinks my thesis is so I can check this out. Trip wants to take a look at Mickey D's. Trip, sit tight for a second. We're going to see what Born to Do It says. James, so your thesis is enter a monthly low. Well, that kind of makes sense. I mean, I don't want to buy at the high, okay? And I definitely don't want to buy at the bottom. I want to buy it as it's turning around. Stocks go up, stocks come down. When they come down, they turn around, they go back up again. That's it. A Mears Gaming, Pepsi. Pepsi, you say. P-E-P. We still need one more. No to Pepsi. Why? The bottom of the year, 2 days up. This would have been the jump in part. We get a gap here, and she's coming down. So not quite. And look at the past action. Down, up, down, up, down, up. It's just not sticking around, not creating any consistent movement. It's very sporadic. Trip, Mickey D's, MCD. Okay. Isn't that almost the exact same as Pepsi? Look at it. Up, down, up, down, up. What's going on? It's a down day today. It's a big down today. Maria, American Airlines. Now that looks much better. Okay, a nice green update. I'm getting up for this one. Okay, the top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. It's actually turning around and going up. This is what I've been talking about. Stocks go up until they're done. They turn around and they go down. Basically it. Look at your 30-day chart. 30-day high, 30-day bottom, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Right there. I wish I'd seen this morning. 2 days up. Third day I want to jump in. 15.30. The 15.50s are going for 24. Let's do that one. That's number 5 for the day. American Airlines. After this, we're going to open up the phone lines. You guys can call in. What are we doing? Here we go. Get rid of this. Need my glasses. Covered call. We're looking at the 15s. One covered call. There it is. You ready? Here we go. One covered call, American Airlines, 31 July, 3 days away. The $15 call option. The stock is currently at 15.27. So if I buy it at 15.27, sell it for less than I paid for it 15, it's a safer trade. 3 days. Can it stay where it is or go higher? It's just going to stay above 15 between now and Friday. And it's bouncing off that bottom. All right, 27 is the profit, 1,400 is the investment. What rate of return is this? 27 divided by 1473 gives me a grand total of 1.8 for 3 days. Well, ask yourself the question. KJ, thank you for that. 1.8% for 3 days. You either like American Airlines or you don't. It's as simple as that. Because rule one is pretty simple. Oh, wow, missed all these questions. All right, Z, we already checked out service now. Give him the ticker to look it up. We already did that one. Moon sauce. What happens to the covered call if the stock drops 10%? Your Lisita. Hello. What happens if the stock drops 10%? Do you remember rule number one? Never buy anything you don't want to hold on to long term. KJ again, thanks. Never buy anything you don't want to hold on to long term. Okay? All right. So, what are we looking at? 1.8. Let's say this is number 5. Then we're going to open up the phone lines. Let's clear this up. There, there, and there. All right. Let's do this one. American Airlines. There you go. That's big. Big, I tell you, big. One covered call, American Airlines. 31 July, that's 3 days away. The $15 call option, we're already at 15.22. So if I'm buying it at 15.22, she's bouncing off the bottom, going up. I'm buying it, selling it for less than I paid for it, still walking away with a profit, getting all my money back on Monday if and only if it's above 15 come Monday. It either makes sense or it doesn't. That's it. It either makes sense or it doesn't. Here's my profit. Here's the cost per contract. Okay, one contract, 100 shares, it's going to equal, what was that number? 1473. Think of it like buying a vending machine. The only thing different about a vending machine, you have to tend to it every day. Oh, wait a minute, it's my money. Of course I'm going to tend to it every day. I ask myself 5 questions. What did I buy? American Airlines, 15.22. What did I sell? I sold the 15 call option for this coming Friday, 3 days away. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where's it at right now? It's at 15.22. Where does it look like it's going? It looks like it's going up. What should I do? Absolutely nothing. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it right now? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do? Those are the 5 questions I ask myself every single day. Every single position, every single day, it takes me 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes to make 1%. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot. Think about it. It does not sound like a lot at all. Which part? The 5 or 10 minutes a day or the 1% per week? Now, you may think 1% is not a lot of money, but put yourself in my shoes. I'm 62 years old. I'm retired. I get 6 digits in my account. Okay, so 6 digits. Let's say 100,000. Well, 1% of $100,000 is $1,000. That's 1%. So if I'm looking at 1% per week, that's $1,000 a week on a $100,000 account for 5 to 10 minutes a day. That's an hour a week for 1% of 100,000. That's $1,000 an hour. Now, if you get 300 grand, well, that's $3,000. That's $3,000 an hour. 5 or 10 minutes, that's all it takes. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it? Where's it going? What should I do? Not that difficult. What was this one? This one, 1.8%. Okay. One 0.8%. That's it. That's our 5 for the night. So let's see what kind of questions we have. First thing I want to do is open up the phone lines for those who wants to call in. You ready? I'm going to put the phone number right up here. 727. What is it? 9543. 543 948 9418 9418. The phone line's open for those who wants to call in and ask a question. Michael, what's happening, Michael? Nice to see you, Mikey. All right. Moon sauce. Thank you, by the way. Alrighty then, you're welcome. Be Wealthy Assets. Wow, that's so sweet of you. Thank you, Be Wealthy Assets. No name. If you're already in BA, Boeing, on Monday, will you again enter BA on Wednesday? It depends. Memphis, Tennessee, come on down. Hello, hello.
Hey, Professor.
How you doing?
This is Cotton Express.
Cotton Express, how's your day going?
It's going better since I was watching you tonight. You, on that American Airlines, you said that you were going to do the $15 strike price. Well, if you do the $15.50 strike price, you make more than 1.8%.
I know that. But here's the thing. Which one is a safer trade? The 15 or the 15.50?
I'm a hog. I want the other percent.
Have you ever heard the expression, bears make money, bulls make money, and pigs get slaughtered? You ever hear that?
Have you ever heard the expression, if you know how to pick cotton, you don't get calluses?
Never heard that one before.
Well, there you go.
But here's the thing. I grew up in New England. We picked cranberries. We didn't pick cotton.
Well, I can't help your shortcomings. You helped me. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, thank you very much. Have a great day. If you know how to pick cotton, you don't get calluses. I like that one. Okay. I don't know how to pick cotton. Because I don't. I'd never seen cotton until I actually came south. Okay. Born to do it. Thank you. We already looked at Pepsi. I love your channel, but don't know how to get started. Oh, all right. So here's an idea. Uh-oh. Stockton, California. Come on down. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. How are you doing today?
This is Jamil here in California.
Hey, Jimmy, how's your day going?
Good, thank you,
Wonderful.
Yeah, I have a question. One thing that really kind of I'm a little bit confused about is how do you set up Thinkorswim app to do the call option for buying first and then selling right away? I know you do that all the time.
Okay.
I get confused with that.
Okay, so do you have Thinkorswim set up on your computer right here, right now?
not right now. I'm sorry, I'm on the road right now, but I
Okay.
can kind of understand it. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, up at the top of your Thinkorswim, there's a whole bunch of tabs. Those
Right.
tabs will open up windows to allow you to look at different things. Also, there is a vertical line that separates the right screen from the left screen. You can move it back and forth so you can see more, you can see less.
Right.
Once you get that, what are you looking for after that? Now, on the right side, the left side of the screen, I can look at a whole bunch of different things. You come down to the bottom, there's a little plus sign in the bottom left corner. That little plus sign, you click on that, and there's a whole bunch of stuff you can open up and take a look. Oh, I don't want that. All right. Okay, account information, calculator, chart describer, dashboard, FX currency map, level 2, lines, live audio, live news, market depth, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff you can put on there. The bottom left corner is a little plus sign. Okay? And then each window has a tiny little diamond in it, or a little tiny arrow. Once you click on that, opens up a new pop-up window.
Okay.
So, 4-1, what was that? 8. I went too far. But I do have a video on YouTube setting up your Thinkorswim trading account. It's one of the older videos from like 15 years ago.
Okay, all right. That's kind of similar to that video right now. It's just
Correct.
same
Yeah.
method.
Yeah, I've been using the same trading platform for 20 years because
Right.
they've never changed it, and I think it's awesome because they've never changed it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it allows me not to have to learn something. See, I grew up in the time frame where if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember that? It's working fine. Leave it alone.
That's true.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been using the same trading platform for over 20 years. I wrote a book 20 years ago, Choosing the Right Platform for Your Style of Trading. Great. Well, that's what I came up with. But the video goes and it explains everything one step at a time. If you want to call me next time while you're in front of your computer, I can walk you through it a little easier.
Okay, that would be so much helpful, but I'm going to check out the video as well.
Well, you're going to have a hard time finding it because there's 2,200 videos online that I've done.
Yeah.
But it's one of the older videos. So if you go to the videos and you hit oldest video, it'll go all the way back to 2012. That's when I first started putting videos up.
All right, okay.
But it's definitely one of the older. Other than that, is there any other questions you got?
No, that's basically one of the biggest questions that I've had. I've been watching you for a very long time, and I really want to get in touch with you, but I get busy with work. So maybe one of these days I'm going to go to the website and, sign up for one of the things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know how to get a hold of me. I'm here every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I do take Friday and I do take Saturday nights off. But other than that, I'm here 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Hey, you're welcome. Have yourself a great day.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, what else do we got here? Born to do it. Love your channel, but I don't know how to get started. You got 500,000, not a lot. Well, 500,000 is not bad, but think of it this way. 1% of 500,000 is $5,000 a week, which is a little over $20,000 a month. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I could live comfortably off of $20,000 a month. But it is what it is. James, the one. What's up, OG? What's happening with you, brother? I mentioned NVO yesterday. Okay, we just looked at NVO a little while ago. DAL, Delta Airlines. DAL. All right, I don't want this. Get that out of the way. All Alrighty, and I don't need that. And there we go, right there. Okay, Delta Airlines, same thing as American Airlines. Check it out. The top is here. Uh-oh. All right. The top is here at 95. The bottom is here at 50. So 50 to 95, well, that's almost 100% increase in a year. So a year ago, we're at 50. The beginning of July, we're at 95. That's almost 100% increase. She pulled back a little bit, and then she bounced up. Well, that right there looks pretty good. Let's zoom in for the last 30 days. Well, the last 30 days, it kind of makes sense. 30-day top, 30-day bottom, 1, 2, 3, right there. 1, 2, 3, 3 days up. Okay, the bottom's here. There's your 2 days. On your third day, which would have been today, 89.37. The 89s are going for 156. That's over 1% if you like Delta Airlines. Who do you have over here? J.H. Massey, what's going on? And then Mike, what's going on there, Mr. Mike? Nice to see you. All right, what else do we got? Ooh, check this out. Mila Love wants to take a look at Netflix, NFLX. NFLX. Ooh, check that out. Here's your gap down. Remember we say gaps have a tendency to fill. This one filled right there, and it's still going up. If you like Netflix. Rebecca, IBM. Now, I do have some IBM. Same thing. Look at the big drop. Big drop. Here's the bottom. Here's your 3 days. Friday, Monday, Tuesday, right there. 3 days. It's starting to bounce off that bottom. If you like IBM, and that's going to be a tough one for you to agree with. Do you like the company? Do you like the company enough to put your own money into it? It's a yes/no question. You either like it or you don't like it. What do you think, Rebecca? What else do we got? Paul, Nukes. Paul, what the hell is Nukes? N-U-K-S, N-U-K-S. Nothing, dude. K-R. We are Adrian. Kroger. We did Kroger last night. Yeah, and Kroger's still a yes for today. Look at that. Bouncing off that bottom. Looks good. Okay? Bottom, Thursday, Friday, higher. Monday, higher. Tuesday, higher. Can it keep going? Well, until Friday. You got 3 days. Can it keep going till Friday? Amir's Gaming. Johnson & Johnson. J&J. Nope, I don't buy at the high. Sorry, dude. Kissable. PGR. What the hell's PGR? Ooh, interesting. Last 30 days. What do you think? 30-day high, 30-day bottom, right there. Thursday, Friday higher, Monday higher, Tuesday higher. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. 319.50. 219, 220, 195 to 310. There's your 1% there too, if you like that company. Hector, Verizon, VZ. Hell no. Why am I saying no, Hector? Check this out. Your last 30 days. She was at 41. Now she's at 49. It's an $8 increase. It doesn't sound like a lot, but an $8 increase on a $40 stock is 20%. It is what it is. Okay, next. Colorado Kool-Aid. What's going on? DJ30. What the hell is that? Cajun. ADP. ADP. Hell no. I don't buy at the high, dude. You know that. Adobe. Really? Paul Davis. Do you do mentorship on trades? Absolutely, Paul. Now, I try not to sell anything here, Paul. Seriously, I do. But if you're interested in mentorship, go to the top left corner of your screen. DM me your number. I'll give you a buzz, and you and I can chat. Okay? Alexandra. Adobe and Ad Desk. Okay, Adobe, A-D-B-E. A-D-B-E, Adobe, Adobe. Ooh, check that out. Same thing. The bottom, right there. Look at the last 30 days. then ask yourself a question. Does that make sense to you? All right? Up, down, up. And it's at the 30-day high. That just doesn't make any sense. Kissable. I'm pretty sure Nike was on yesterday's list. You're absolutely right. It was. But someone asked for it. We already looked at Johnson & Johnson. William Anderson. Mr. Anderson. How do you do that? It went kind of like this, didn't he? Mr. Anderson. How nice to see you. Tap. Isn't that Coors? Tap, T-A-P. Or I know it's a beer company. Which one is it? Molson Golden. All right, Tap. No, I don't buy at the high, dude. And I don't do monthlies. Sorry, Mr. Anderson. Your audience dropped a lot. Yeah, but see, you're only on one channel. There's 13 channels altogether. You're just on one. And you're right, the numbers did drop. But then again, it's close to that time of day. Or I'm getting ready to leave, and people have a tendency to leave just when I'm getting ready to leave. All righty. Alexandra. CRM. A bunch of crumbs, CRM. Crumminy. Ooh, look at that. What do you think, Alexandra? Your bottom's at 147. Now she's at 180. It's a $40 increase. $40 increase on a $180 stock. Well, it was $140. Okay, that's 10. That's 25%. That's a big jump from the bottom at 145 to 187, where she is now. That's a 25% increase. Leonidas, what's happening? FNA, isn't that Fannie Mae? Univision, Amazon, AMZN. No, droppity drop. What do you think? Right there. Okay. No more calls for the evening. I can take the call. I can take the number down. We did Verizon. Christopher Ring. Okay, thank you. FHN. What the hell is that? FHN. Hell no, I don't do monthlies. All right, we're going to take the phone number down. If anybody wants to call in now, or forever hold your peace. All right. Let's keep on keeping on. FHN's a no, we don't do monthly. Sorry, Leonidas. Triple X. What the hell is Triple X? 1, 2, 3. Hell no. All right, what else do we got? Brian, we already looked at Netflix a little while ago. GG, nice to see you. Adil, what's going on? Christopher, report is tomorrow. AWK, what is AWK, Christopher? It's a no. I don't do monthlies. That's what that is. All right. Slay Jean, what program are you using? Diana, how you doing, Diana? The program that I'm using behind me is called Think or Swim. It's not a program, it's a trading app where you go to buy and sell your stocks and options. It's just a trading app, that's all it is. What do you got for me, Miss Diane Perez Munez? All right, Univision, Slade Jane, Yahoo Finance, thank you. Univision, that's the pivot exit right there. Okay. We are Aiden. Since you want to keep your stock, are you rolling to avoid assignment? No. Okay, we are Aiden. It's always going to be, what did I buy it for? What did I sell? Where is it at right now? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do next? Those are 5 simple questions. The first 4 are easy because what you bought it for never changes. Whatever you bought something for, that's always going to be the same. Okay? What you sold, where it is, and where it's going, those are going to change every day. But number 5, what should you do? Well, there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle that you need to have in front of you in order to make an educated decision. TJ Cook, we already looked at AT&T. Ticker T was a no-go. He looked at it earlier. Thank you, TJ. Adrian. Would it make sense for 4% ROIs on monthly calls? Oh, there's always one of the monthlies out there. All right, so it's no name. And that's kind of hard to pick on someone when there's no name. It's user 494179740569. We're going to call you Peter. Okay? So Peter wants to know, wouldn't it make sense to do a monthly and try to get 4%? See, I have a minor problem with monthlies. The stock we're looking at now, AWK, is a monthly optionable stock. August, September, December, March. Those are months of the year. Currently, the stock is right here, 138. So you think a monthly at 4% might be a good call. Well, let's check this one out. 30 days is 30 days no matter how you look at it. So 26 would be right there. Okay, so Peter, this is 30 days. Let me go over this side. This is 30 days. All right? 130, 139, 132, 133, 129, 138, 131, 135, 134, 140. Do you see all that movement that it made in 30 days? That's 30 days. 30 days. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. There's your 30 days. So here's the biggest reason I don't do monthlies. Where is it going to be in 30 days? Let's say, hypothetically speaking, we do the 138s because that's where she's at right now, the 138s. So what is the 138 selling for? Oh, they don't have a 138. Makes things more difficult. They got a 135 and they got a 140. All right, let's do the 140. The 140 is going for 220. So if I buy it at 138, sell it at 140, I'm getting $2 from there right there, and I pick up another $2, so that's $4.20. Nick, I'll get to that question in a second. So we take out the calculator, and we take $4.20, and we divide it by the stock price, 138.04. 138.04. And that gives me a rate of return. Where is he? Peter. That gives me a rate of return of 3 cents. 3%. Okay? So, if I sell the 140s, right, I'm picking up $2.20. $2.20. But if the stock jumps from 138 to 140, well, now I'm making $2 here, $2 here. That's $4.20. Well, you add that $4.20 together, now divide it. What is my rate of return? It's 3%. And I still got to figure out where the hell it's going to be in 30 days. I don't do monthlies because the numbers just don't work for me, and try to figure out where a stock's going to be in 30 days is a lot more challenging than where is it going to be in 3 days. Because Friday is 3 days away. If that doesn't work, well, in 10 days, because next Friday. Well, 5 days, if I buy on Monday and want to get out on a Friday, it's only 5 days. It's not that difficult to see 5 days, because the way this chart looks, it looks like she should still go up and be at the 140 within 5 days. But 30 days, the numbers just don't work in my favor. So I don't do monthly options because the numbers just don't work for me. Next question. Next. All right. Nick, good evening. Last Friday before the market closed, I tried to roll a call on Intel. I tried to do it at the market order about 1.5 hours before the close, and it wouldn't fill. Why would that be? Well, if you did a market order, they're required to fill it. If you did a limit order, they don't have to fill it if they don't want to. And why did you wait for the last hour and a half? Well, that kind of makes sense because that's when we jump in an hour and a half before. So I don't know the answer to that question. Next. Michael Sterling, IBM. Didn't we look at IBM earlier today? Okay, we got that big, huge drop right there. Found the bottom. Here's our 3 days up. And it was great for jumping in if you want to jump into IBM. If you like the company, and it's always going to come back to that. Do you like the company? What do we have next? Shane Kyler, what's going on? Sandman, TJ. Ooh, TJ, FedEx. FDX. Interesting. Not really, because look at this right here. It's dropping last 30 days. Okay, that's clear to see. It's coming down. Why? Now, that's an interesting name. Why? All right, Y wants to take a look at JO. I have no idea what the hell JO is. It's nothing. KO is Coca-Cola. That's a no. I don't buy at the high. Rob 007 ACI. Nice. Ooh, check that out, Rob. Now, the reason I'm getting excited for this, take a look. You got your 30-day high right here. Big gap down. Now you have your 3 days up. There's your bottom. Thursday. Oh, sorry. Friday was your bottom. Monday's 1 day. Tuesday's 2 days up, which means tomorrow, Rob, tomorrow would be day number 3. If she's up higher, the 1150s are going for 20, but this is going to be a no. This is Albertsons. This is going to be a no, and the reason it's going to be a no is look at this. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So if I'm not right exactly when the stock goes down, I'm not collecting anything. So the premiums aren't that good once you get out of the money. We got a lot more questions here. Okay, DOV, we'll take a look at tomorrow. Bessie in Michigan, how you doing today? Yes, Rob, I saw that one. Rob Johnson, Ford, we all looked at Ford. Dionates, do you start on Monday and sell Friday? Absolutely. Wait a minute. Deontes, I buy my stocks on Monday, sell the options on Monday, and then I'd like to be out of it by Friday. Meckham, hey, James, is Pfizer a good stock? We already looked at Pfizer earlier today. We are Aiden. Lennar. Okay, yep, we already looked at those. Is that accurate for tonight? Yes, it is. But it's not a tip. It's not advice. I'm just looking at what you guys asked me to look at. Scott Graham, thank you. Merv, man, nice to see you. Dvorky, do assignments only happen Friday at close or whenever the strike hits the strike price? Okay, Dvorky, here's the thing. In America, in the United States, stock option can be exercised anytime the buyer wants. Anytime. If you buy an option, you can exercise anytime you want. Now, the market maker can only exercise on Saturdays. In Europe, you can only exercise on the day of expiration. But we're not in Europe, we're here in the US. So here in the US, they can exercise their option anytime they want. Anytime. For that strike, you'll be assigned. Yeah, makes sense. If I saw a covered call Monday, hit the strike price Tuesday, will it be assigned? That is strictly up to the buyer of the option. Whoever bought the option, they have the right to buy it, not an obligation. It's a right, not an obligation. Unlike a put option, which is obligatory, which means they can force you to do something if you sell an option, a put option. Bessie, Mr. James, do you have a minute to show us how to access the dividend calendar? Oh, you mean kind of like this? Get that vertical line all the way to the left. Go straight up where it says Market Watch. Click on Market Watch. Drop down window pops up to the calendar. And there's the EX calendar right there. Infinity 888. If the price rallies and your strike is in the money, it increases the probability of being called away. Yeah, absolutely. Odds of that is low, but the risk exists. But remember it this way, Aiden, or Adrian. Oh, we are Adrian. Keep in mind, if I buy the stock at 20 and I sell the option at 20, I don't care if the stock goes up. I'm only interested in collecting the premium if it's 1% or more. Dvorky, if the strike price is lower than the purchase price, won't assignment happen instantly? No, it only happens when the buyer of the option decides to exercise their right. That's all it is. Okay? The person who bought the option doesn't have to exercise it if they don't want to. If someone chooses to exercise, yes, but your contract won't be the only one at that strike price, probably. So probably still low. Yep, thank you, thank you. Pfizer, we already did Pfizer. We already did Albertsons. Alexandra, no, I have no idea what you means no. You're on more channels than the president. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means, but all right. JetBlue ain't gonna happen. Sorry. Brian, Oracle, tomorrow. Dollar General, tomorrow. Richard Cole, what did you mean when you said the last hour and a half is when you jump in? Can you explain that? No, all right. See, what I meant by that, Richard, is Nick is part of our trading group. Okay, so I have a paid trading group, and Nick is part of it. And he said that he tried last week, jumped in an hour and a half before the market closes, which is what we do. Okay, I jump in at 2:30 on Friday, the last hour and a half of the week, just to make sure all my positions are safe. So when he said he jumped in and he tried to do the same thing, I said, well, yeah, that's when I jump in the last hour and a half to see what happens. Kevin, Harley Davidson. Wow, we haven't looked at Harley Davidson in a while, but we'll look at it tomorrow. Could you reiterate the 5 rules? Oh, 5 rules. You ready, Adrian? Rule 1, never buy anything you do not want to own long term. Rule 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. Rule 3 is one of the stupidest rules I have ever heard of, but you'd be amazed how many people ignore it. Rule 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Is that the stupidest thing you ever heard? Who would buy a company that's not profitable? You'd be surprised how many fools are out there. Rule number 4, weekly options only. I'm looking for weekly cash flow. I cannot get weekly cash flow doing monthly options. It has to be a weekly option. And rule 5, make sure all the numbers are working in your favor. What am I buying? What am I selling? Am I collecting my 1% or not? Next. That's it. All done? There are no more questions. How to know it is a weekly? Now, that's an interesting question. How do you know it's a weekly? Well, that part is easy. Okay, back to trade. All right, let's get out of that. Let's get out of that. Now, to find out if it's a weekly optional stock, well, that's easy. You ready? Take a look right over here. 31 July. That's this Friday. 7 August. That's next Friday. 14 August. That's 2 Fridays away. 21 August. 3 Fridays away. 28 August. 4 Fridays away. 5 Fridays, 6, 7, Friday. You get it? Hold on. Okay, now, monthly optionable stock would look something like this. You ready? August 21, 18 September, 18 January, 15 January, March, 19 March, 17 June, 21 January 2028. That's 542 days away. Those are monthlies. Okay, get it? Get it. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I'm right on time. You guys have a great night. I've done all the questions. Apples, what's happening? So we're done with all the questions, so we're going to call it a night. And you guys have a great day. That being said,
One question.
go ahead.
Before we leave. Earlier in the morning, you mentioned that you buy the stock separately and then you get the calls. But sometimes when you are showing the deals in here, you mention like the total investment is like $23,000 because that includes the stock itself. Can you clarify that?
Okay. Now, you and I had a conversation earlier today. Now, you're just getting started, so you need stocks that are below $50. And that's quite a bit of amount there. Because once you get above $50, it might get out of your price range. Because you got to buy 100 shares at a time. And a $50 stock, well, 100 shares is going to be $5,000 for one contract. So what's your rate of return? So you always buy the stock first and then sell the options separately. Okay, let's take a look at AT&T. So AT&T, if we buy just the stock, 24.66, there it is right there. 24.66 limit order, however many I want to buy. If I buy just 100, great, just 100. Let's get rid of this, we don't need it. Okay, 100 shares. This is what it looks like. Buy 100 shares, AT&T at the current price is $24.69. Okay, great. Once I hit that send button, the market maker will fill it, and now I will own 100 shares of AT&T. Well, once I own it, then I want to turn around and sell the covered call, which is basically the same price I just paid for it. So if I just paid $24.69, I want to sell it for 25 right here, and that's 14 cents a share. So it just come down to there, sell that, and then here it is. Sell one contract, AT&T, 31 July, that's this coming Friday. The call option, the $25 strike price, here's the price that I want, limit order, and I want a good till cancel. I don't want a day order. Change that to good till cancel. Then I hit confirm and send, and I just read it out loud. I'm going to sell one covered call, or one call option, because I already own the stock. One call, 31 July 26, that's this Friday. The $25 strike price, there's my limit order. That's how much money I'm going to make from that one contract. Then I take my profit, $14, I divide it by the investment, which was $2,000 on a $20 stock. So whatever that investment is, what's my rate of return? There you go. Now the only reason I do it that way, because when you go to the, I don't have it on this one. When you go to the, I'll show you tomorrow morning. We'll actually do a live one tomorrow, and I'll show you buying it as a covered call and then buying it separately. The only difference is, because it's the same amount of money buying and selling, it's the same profit. But when you're trying to take that information and import it into a spreadsheet, it gets very complicated. Because doing a covered call, you're not buying the stock and selling the option, you're actually getting the stock at a discount. And a discounted stock is different than buying the stock for a certain price and then selling the option. It's the same thing in the long run, it's the same amount of money. It's just when it comes time to put it into a spreadsheet. Because how are you going to know if you're making money if you can't keep track of it? So, do you keep a spreadsheet now? I can't hear you. You got your microphone off.
What I do right now is just the very basic. I
I look for a stock, I look for a specific price that I want, and I basically just wait until it gets there. I place the limit order, and then I just keep it and just hold it for long term. Because I was not familiar with selling calls, which obviously makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
You know, with big cash.
Yep. All right. Now you said you buy and you hold long term. Well, here's the thought. Here's AT&T, right? The high of the year is $30. So if you bought it $30, great. Well, what are you going to do when it's down here at 25?
Yeah, it earns nothing at that point. I'm just
Exactly, but
it's very little.
Yeah, I'm not done yet. So if I buy it here, take the profit and get out, and then she comes back down here, I buy it again, and as soon as she goes up 1 or 2%, I jump out. All right, so 1 or 2% there, 1 or 2% there, 1 or 2% there, 1 or 2% there, 1 or 2% there. Every time she moves, I want to jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. So as she's dropping, I'm not doing AT&T. I'm doing Ford, I'm doing General Motors, IBM, some other company. Because when one company's coming down, something else is going up. Let's look at Ford for a second. Ford. Okay, so Ford, see the beginning of the year, Ford's going up. Okay, what about General Motors? General Motors is going up in the beginning of the year. It's going up there, it's coming down here, it's going up there, it's coming down here. Every stock is different. Microsoft, MSFT. Okay, Microsoft's coming down in January, going up in March. Coming down that's August. Coming down in August, going up in October, coming down in November, going nowhere in December. Look at this, January going down, February going up, March coming down, April going up. They're all different. Find a...
You don't keep it with things and swing, right? It's just like an Excel or something?
No. Nope, I do this right here. Hold on. Okay? So this week, Caterpillar, Colgate-Palmolive, PNC Bank, Dell, Apache, Levi's, Lowe's, CVS, Pfizer, Procter & Gamble, Costco, Signet, I have no idea, ACI, that's Albertsons, and GEHC. This week are the only ones I'm looking at. So if I'm only buying 2 or 3 companies a week, maybe Caterpillar, Dell, and Apache. Or Colgate-Palmolive, Levi's, CVS. Or PNC Bank, Lowe's, and Costco. I have a choice this week of all these companies. Next week, I get a choice of all those companies. Okay? And then the week after that, we change from July and we go to August. Here we go for August. This is what I'm looking at the first week of August. This is what I'm looking at the second week of August, third week of August, fourth week of August, because each one of those companies is getting ready to pay their dividend. And when they pay their dividend, the stock has a tendency to go up. So by knowing that Siri, IBM, PPG, Ford, Visa, Target, TJ Maxx, Consolidated Freight, Kroger, Starbucks, Eli Lilly, so on and so forth, all for next week, I only need to pick 1 or 2. So if I take a look at each one of those, first thing I want to see, where's the high, where's the low, where's it going? Is it a yes or is it a no? It's that easy. It takes 2 to 3 seconds. Let's go to chart. Okay, UPS, easy. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down. Well, that's a no, because this is where we are right here. So it went up, now it's coming down. No to UPS. Well, what about Target, TGT? Whoops. Target, TGT. Same thing. Oh, it's at the high now. Oh, hell no. I'm not buying at the high. The bottom's here. She shoots up. It's going to go down next. No, thank you. Then look at Verizon, VZ. Same thing. Down, up, down, up. Do I want to jump in now? It's a serious question. DuPont. Well, look at this one. The bottom, the top, down, up, down. Now, that's a perfect time to buy. DuPont. You know who DuPont is, right?
Yeah.
So when you set up your market watch, all your different stocks, you take a look at just the ones for this week. Okay? So we're here. All right? So next week on the 3rd, I want to look at these companies right here. Southern Company, PSX, that's Phillips 66, Applied Materials, Microsoft, HTLT, I have no idea, Walmart. Which ones of those do I like? Now remember, this is just one of my lists. I have 5 or 6 different lists. So do I like Southern Company? Well, how about Applied Materials or Microsoft? What about Walmart? What do they look like? So if I'm only going to pick 2 of them, well, what do the charts look like? What do the numbers look? This is why we do it every morning. So every Monday, you're going to get the list of all these companies. And then we take a look at each one. What is the chart telling us? What are the numbers telling me? It's either yes or it's a no. Got it?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to do it again tomorrow morning. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great night, Cesar. All right, so you guys enjoy yourselves. We need some mood music to call off the day. Where are we? We are right there. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Here we go. Have a great night, everyone.
Your heart set on giving, no matter the strain, building your legacy through blood and rain. To you knows that fire in your soul, your kindness of broken heart.
James, you guys know I'm there. Nowhere. That's to know what the hell were you thinking? You're laughing. Dollar Bill. I actually knew someone called Dollar Bill once. Had a sister, Marie Bill. That'd be weird if that's your sister. Do you have a sister named Marie? Is rolling. That's a no, where you hell, where you